All right, so here we are. It's Thursday. It's a couple days after county council meeting. I've been able to do a little bit of research and look into some different things, and just wanted to kind of fill you guys in on what happened on Tuesday. This is really kind of the venue or the way that I want to do this in the future. I want to establish doing this now through my campaign to help educate and increase the transparency from the council to you guys. And if elected, this will continue after the meetings to begin a process of being able to educate and really let everybody know what's kind of going on in the council. So they opened the meeting, and the first person to come up and talk to the council was Sheriff Dave Durant. He requested money to buy a used transport van from the Decatur County Community Corrections for $7,000. Good decision, saves the taxpayers a lot of money reutilizing and using these vehicles and getting all the life that we can out of them. He also requested that the part-time officer that they requested in the 2020 budget's pay be increased from $12 to $15 an hour. This was within their submitted budget, so they weren't asking for any more money or any additional monies. They were just asking for a higher rate of pay. And this is something that is going to carry kind of through this entire meeting where we talk about what happened with it. So again, that money was already budgeted for. It was already in the sheriff's budget that he requested and been approved. The council just controls the rate of pay for all the different agencies and all the different employees of the county. So the sheriff requested it be moved to $15 an hour so it would be competitive and he could get good quality candidates, and that was approved also. Prosecutor Harder came in and did the same thing. Prosecutor Harder has come in and begun to use interns and part-time employees to help sustain and get the prosecutor's office running as quickly and as efficient as they can with the new caseload. And one of the things he's done with that is he's gotten interns, college interns, to come in, and there's different levels of skill sets with those interns. So he requested multiple different levels of pay, all the way to $10 and $12 for very basic entry-level interns who are not working for free, but to retain that experience they gathered during their free semester, during a semester of school where they may not be working for credit, they'll be working for him. So all the way up to $20 an hour for someone who has graduated law school and is just waiting for that, waiting for the bar exam to be passed, and then gets to that next level where they could be either hired full-time or would move on to another full-time job someplace else. And $18 for a certified legal intern. These are students who are still in college but are certified interns, and they're able to do all the duties that a regular prosecutor would do. They can do trials and hearings and motions, and they're paying them up to $18 an hour. And those went through and was approved. Again, it was money that was already budgeted for out of the prosecutor's budget, and the money for this overtime money actually comes out of the diversion program, which is a program where people can come in and pay to have either their infraction tickets or low-level crimes set to the side, pay a fee, and if they have no more problems or no troubles after that, those monies can be used then for other things within the prosecutor's office. And that's a real basic understanding of the diversion program, but it diverts the criminal charges or civil charges away in lieu of a larger fine, and that money can be utilized by the prosecutor's office for various things. So all of his part-time intern monies, the $5,000 for that was in the budget, is being used out of the diversion program. So the next thing that we get into and start talking about really was the big thing was that the auditor's office came in and they had one of their employees left. I'm not sure whether she retired or whether she just found a different job, but her position was opened, and over the last month or so, or however long she has been gone, they have decided that they are able to complete the jobs and tasks in that auditor's office with that person not being there. And Janet Chadwell came in and requested to have her salary of the person who's gone divided amongst her staff to increase the salaries of her staff, which I think is a great move for to increase the salaries of your staff. No more cost to the county, no more increase in taxes for it. It's within the budget that was approved. And this really comes into a conversation that we've had in county government for a very long time. And over my 10 years of being part of the county, it was conversations that came up that if each, and this was true at the sheriff's department as well as it is in the courthouse, in the courthouse specifically, you have elected officers and then you have deputy clerks. And regardless of what you do for your elected official or which office you work in, you get paid the same. And I know that there are certain positions within the courthouse and within each of those offices that have a much higher level of responsibility, much higher levels of training, and then obviously there's years of experience, and they're all paid the same. If you are a 3-month brand new employee into an office and you have little to no training or experience, you're making the same amount of money as a 15-year deputy clerk in the same office or even in other offices, regardless of how much experience or training or certifications that you handle or you have. And this is, I think this is an area that we can definitely improve on as a county and as a council, to go in and have these different departments create job descriptions within the department. And we certainly have people who are being paid more than what an entry-level position would be garnered at, and then we have people who are paying less than what they should be receiving as either highly certified or highly experienced people. So we need to, in my opinion, we need to work on creating a pay separation between entry-level new employees who are being trained into positions and people who have been there for very long times and carry certain certifications that are vital to the department. What's that exactly look like? I don't know. I think that there's money to be saved in paying entry-level people who are coming into the jobs with low skill sets, a lower amount of money than we are paying 18 and 20-year people. And to compare each department and each position within the department and say that everybody is the same is not a good way to do business. It doesn't create incentive to work harder. It doesn't create promotions or opportunities, which creates and builds better employees. Nor does it save us money by paying entry-level people entry-level wages. And then as they improve or go forward, it gets a higher rate of pay, which helps with our retention versus just having everybody get, say, $34,000 a year regardless. Entry-level people could be getting $30,000 or $28,000 a year, while the savings from those people can be added to the 16 or 18-year people who carry a lot of certifications. So the auditor's office request to have those monies separated out amongst the employees was granted reluctantly by the council in fear that the other offices would be asking for something similar. And I think that it's a good thing to have the offices validate each of their positions and each of the salaries associated with those positions to the council and to the public, to validate and understand that they are getting paid what they should be getting paid for the services they're giving to the county, versus saying everybody does the same thing and you're all going to get paid the same. I don't think that is the right way to do things. I think we're losing an opportunity to really save some money and reward those highly skilled and highly valued employees by paying them a rate of pay that is commensurate to what they're giving back to the county. So that was the big thing from this week was, separations of pays, increasing our part-time rate up to a level where we can get applicants to come in and do part-time. Part-time is an amazing thing if we can pay people to come in and do that, because it saves us the benefits. It saves us the healthcare costs and those things associated with full-time people. When I was working at the jail, one of the things I thought about trying to institute or talking to get into is like a PRN position, where EMTs and paramedics do PRN, where they're full-time in one place and get their benefits, and they work part-time with other agencies and other places so that they can make equal amount of money or even maybe more sometimes working part-time than they were full-time. And I think that increasing our rate of pay for part-time positions to increase the amount of part-time people we have is a great way to save money, especially if we can split a full-time position into 2 part-time positions and pay out enough money to get people to fill those positions that are qualified and good hard workers, and then save the money that we're paying for those benefits out. And I think it's a venue or a thought process that we can look into to try to save some money in that benefits package area. So let me know what you think. Share your opinions and thoughts. I'm looking forward to some interaction on this conversation topic. On a side note, Mr. Dywert from tourism wasn't able to make it. He had an emergency with his home, and I'm assuming we'll hear from him and his proposition in the months to come.